And welcome back here to Schufer Gymnasium here on Bear Sports Network. You're watching Lenoir-Rhyne men's basketball. I'm Adekali Ande, joined by Jeremy Zalaka here for Game 2 of our doubleheader today between the visiting Wingate Bulldogs and your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Jay-Z, this should have the making of a good game here today. Lenoir-Rhyne comes in at 5-2. The Wingate Bulldogs come in at 6-3. They're both wheeling and dealing, and they're both looking hot.
Yeah, it's almost crazy to look at the conference standings right now because some teams have 10 games, some teams have 4 games. So the number to focus at in the conference standings is the loss column. And only one game separates these two teams in the loss column. This would be a big one for Wingate to draw to 3 losses and give us our 3rd loss. And looking at it from a Lenoir-Rhyne standpoint, to separate 2 games in the loss column from Wingate in this one would be important.
Yeah, it's going to be the makings of a great game. I think the biggest difference maker here today is guard play for both sides. First, for the Bulldogs, you have Cottingham and CL. They're a dynamic duo in the backcourt. Cottingham's averaging 19.1 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, and 39% from the three-point land, while CL, 17 points per game, 4.0 rebounds, and a 86% from the free throw line. As you see, the starters, Everett Chevrolet starters for the Wingate Bulldogs. Cottingham, CL in that backcourt like we are talking about. Miguel Priest at forward, Kendrick Tucker at guard, and Quandre Taylor at forward. And for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, it's the usual starting lineup. We have Mason Hawks at guard, DK Simmons at guard, RJ Gunn at guard, Armand Muldrew at guard, and Cooper Fowler at center. And just like I was talking about the guard play, like RJ Gunn and Simmons versus CL and Cottingham, that's going to be the matchups here today. But I think the biggest difference maker is going to be those X factors, that 3rd, 4th player. Is it going to be Armand Muldrew for Lenoir-Rhyne? Is it going to be Cooper Fowler? We're going to have to see here today.
Yeah, Cottingham was difficult for Lenoir-Rhyne to guard last year. In the game we lost at Wingate, he dropped 25 points. So he's dynamic. As you mentioned, CO is as well. A tough matchup for anybody. 2 guys that are explosive that can fill up that stat column, score and put some points on the board. For the Bears, you're right. It seems like DK, Simmons, and RJ Gunn are going to bring it every night. And then a consistent 3rd player, whether it's Armand Muldrew, Mason Hawks, it was Cooper Fowler the other day. A lot of possibilities for Lenoir-Rhyne, for guys who can step up, which makes them dangerous. You can't just focus on a couple guys because there's a lot of different players that can beat you on this team. Tim Steele has had some games as well. Davion Bradford can do a lot of things. So a lot of players with a lot of different skill sets. Zim Fields as well can come off the bench and do a lot of things.
Yeah, and I mean, this Wingate Bulldogs team, their last game was against the Maryland Terrapins. Yes, you heard that right. And they took a loss, but it was a 158 ball game in a game where Francis CO had 17 points there early on in that game. So if he can do that against the very good D1 guards of the Big Ten and the Maryland Terrapins, then you can only imagine what he can do here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, let's see him prove himself. If he can do it against Maryland is one thing, but if he can do it against Lenoir-Rhyne, it really validates what he can do out on the basketball
Especially here
court.
in Schufer Gymnasium, where the Bears have been playing great here against the better-ranked competition. I mean, knocking off number 2 LMU, number 12 Queens here at home. It's been home cooking this year.
And that's one thing Lenoir-Rhyne has been able to do under head coach Everett Sullivan. 6 of the 13 all-time wins against ranked programs have come under Coach Sullivan's watch. I think for the Bears to take that next step and enter that upper echelon consistently with the Lincoln Memorials and the Queens, is they need to win games like these. The games like the Carson Newman one that they lost on Saturday. If they need to dominate that second tier of the South Atlantic Conference, and this is a good test tonight to bounce back real quickly from a Monday afternoon win against Queens, a high coming off of that one, beating the number 12 team. And you got to come back about 2.5 days later, and you got to play against one of your bigger rivals in a game that means a lot.
And Jay-Z, just touch on the offensive struggles here for Lenoir-Rhyne. Their offense, especially at the beginning of the games, has been abysmal.
Yeah, they've gotten off to some slow starts, but they've been able to, counter that with some strong defense. This is probably the best defensive team that we've seen under Coach Sullivan. They do a lot of things. They have lockdown defenders in Davion Bradford and Armand Muldrew that can guard in the perimeter. Cooper Fowler, when he's in the perimeter, he affects a lot of, in the paint, he affects a lot of shots with his length, with his size. He can rebound. They just have a lot of guys that can D up. So they've been fortunate that some of their slow starts have it. In years past, that probably would have been a 10, 15, 20-point deficit because on the other end, they would have gotten exploited. But this year, they've been able to withstand some of those slow starts, some of those cold starts, and been able to pull out wins against the Catawba and against Queens.
As we're about a minute left until opening tip-off here in Schufer Gymnasium, just shortly before this game, we're going to have a celebration for the 2,000-point scorers and DK Simmons and RJ Gunn. DK becoming the 54th player all-time in Lenoir-Rhyne's history to score 1,000 points, and he did it against UVA Wise. And RJ Gunn did the same thing here in the next game against Carson Newman.
You got to be careful how you say that. It's two 1,000-point scorers instead of 2,000. If they were both 2,000-point scorers, I think we would have a couple banners hanging from the rafters.
And we're going to need to enunciate, comma, pause.
Yes. 1,000-point scorers.
1,000-point scorers here. But nevertheless, some great basketball ahead of us here. And we're going to send it over to PA announcer Samuel Fisher to get this going here in the next couple of seconds.
On January 13th versus UVA Wise, DK Simmons became the 54th player in school history to reach the 1,000-point club. The very next game on January 16th versus Carson Newman, RJ Gunn became the 55th player in school history to reach the 1,000-point club. On behalf of the men's basketball program, please join us in congratulating DK and RJ. And now, let's get started by for the Bulldogs. A 6'1" guard from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 0, Sharon Cunningham. A 6' guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 2, Francis Seal. A 6'5" forward from Detroit, Michigan, number 5, Miguel Priest. A 6'2" guard from Roanoke, Virginia, number 11, Kendrick Thomas. And a 6'8" forward from Indiana, South Carolina, number 3, Corey Taylor. The Bulldogs are coached by Brian Good, assisted by Chris Kirkman and Dante Samuels. And now, let's meet the starting five for your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. A 6' guard out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, number 3, Mason Hawes. A 5'11" guard out of Raleigh, North Carolina, number 10, DK Simmons. A 6'7" forward out of Columbia, South Carolina, number 41, RJ Gunn. A 6'2" guard from Paris, California, number 24, Marvin Walker. And a 6'11" center from Greenville, South Carolina, number 33, Cooper Fowler. The Bears are coached by Everett Thomas, team assisted by Zach Orleans and Blake Simmons.
So we're back here ready to get this one rolling. The second game of our doubleheader. It should be a great one here today. It's season 100, episode 8. Let's get it cracking here in Schufer Gymnasium.
I think we're going to see a lot of offense in this one. Wingate comes in averaging 83 a game as a team. The Bears have 77 a game. Lenoir-Rhyne has the capability to get up in the 80s, 90s, 100s, and I think Wingate does as well. I think the offenses are going to be explosive today.
So we have RJ in the tip, ball's up, and be batted back down by Taylor, and the Bulldogs will have the first possession of the ball game.
Bears start off man-to-man defense.
Some early ball denial and Fowler playing tight, and a drive in, and able to hang and get the steps, and a strong putback jam by Quantre Taylor.
6'8", 240 brings down a lot of force with that offensive rebound putback dunk.
Yeah, that's a grown man out there on the court. No child whatsoever. Big boy move.
That matchup with him and Cooper Fowler is a lot of girth inside.
Out to Muldrew. Now Gunn driving. Fowler on the corner. A step back. Coop! As you hear from the bench for 3.
You don't expect a man that size to hit a three-pointer going away from the basket, stepping back behind the three-point line, and burying it from the corner. But that's just the skill set that Cooper Fowler brings to this Lenoir-Rhyne basketball team.
Cottingham creating some space. Hawks is going to have to play tight a backdoor. And good defense by Gunn to kind of tip that one out of bounds. We show you that south side replay. See a drive by Gunn and then a kick to Fowler in the corner, and the step back for the big man is pretty. And then a three-pointer by Cottingham, and this kid's going to fill the bucket up all night here tonight as he knocks that one down from the wing.
Yeah, you don't want him starting off hot either. You're hoping his first couple ones go off the mark and he starts thinking about it a little bit, but when you see that first one go in, it could be dangerous.
And Mason Hawks a little wild there on the dribble, loses the ball. It's up in the air, and Muldrew steals it. Fowler, top of the key. Another one back-to-back for the big man, 33.
You know, he caught fire in the second half of that game against Queens on Monday. Hit 4 three-pointers, 3 in the second half, and he's carried that over to start the second one. We knew it was just a matter of time until Cooper Fowler caught fire.
And that all started with a freshman, Muldrew, getting that steal there on the defensive end.
Great heads-up defense.
And Cottingham, hand in his face. I mean, this kid's a bucket. It's already only the opening 2 minutes, and he's made back-to-back threes.
14 points here in the first 2 minutes.
Gunn trying to step back, yep, and you can't push off there. And he's going to get called for the offensive foul. We show you the replay from last possession. Freshman Muldrew, Armand not giving up right there. Fowler, heads-up play, knocks it down from the top
Nothing but net, too. Nothing but net. Didn't even draw iron. So he's hot. So is Cottingham. 14 combined points in this one just 2 minutes in. The offenses, like we said, are ready to play today.
Cottingham, another open 3. A little strong on that attempt. And miscommunication between Gunn and Simmons.
I wasn't expecting him to miss by that much after he had buried his first couple. That one hit backboard first, but he had a good look. Tough assignment from Armand Muldrew to draw that one, but he guarded Whitefield against Lincoln Memorial, so Kenny Dye against Queens, so he's used to this one.
Yeah, he's kind of in that Swiss Army knife kind of two-way player role here for Lenoir-Rhyne. And then driving in, that's a tough take going to the basket. That was CO, not able to get it to go. Kicked out to Priest, wheeling, and he kisses it off the glass for 2.
And we've mentioned 100 times on this broadcast, the Achilles heel for this Lenoir-Rhyne basketball team is the rebounds. They're getting out-rebounded by 8 per game on average.
Simmons tries his luck from distance, and that's going to be in and out. And this is a name we got to call early on here. Simmons only took 7 shots in that last game against Queens. Looking for him to get going offensively here today. A couple dribble handoffs at the top of the key. Cottingham looking for Taylor on the low block. Finally gets it into him. Fowler does a good job of pushing him off his spot.
Yeah, you don't want to catch that ball near the three-point line if you're a post man.
And Cottingham, I mean, that's textbook veteran play by Cottingham to draw that foul. And that's going to be on Simmons. And I think they're going to call that on the floor and not give the continuation. That's a interesting look at that. Definitely.
Yeah, I think he was dishing it. He was up in the air, and after the whistle was blew, he threw the pass. So kept that one on the ground as Tim Steele and Davion Bradford enter. And like we mentioned in the women's game, they're going to try and throw some bodies at Cottingham. Bradford's just as good of a defender as Muldrew, and they're going to try and probably rotate those guys and wear them out a little bit.
So 10-6 here in the early onset of this match. And up and under is Taylor for 2. 12-6 now. The Bulldogs are on top of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Hawks at the top of the key needs some help. Into Tim Steele. Dribble handoff to RJ Gunn. And that's one, if RJ didn't lose it, you would love to see him attack the basket strong.
Yeah, he got off to a great start against the Queens Royals earlier in the week. 8 early points, 10 in the first half, and they needed all of them because they were pretty cold, only putting up 22 points in the first half with 10 of them coming from Gunn.
Simmons, see if he calls his number here, floating. Then out to Tim Steele, good pump fake, a great behind the back move. He's got a handle on him. Simmons attacking Taylor, inside to Mason Hawks. RJ Gunn in the corner. Splash from the outside.
That's just tremendous offense. Darius Simmons getting in the lane, drawing defenders, kicking it out. Mason Hawks could have easily launched that thing, but one more pass to wide open RJ Gunn, and that's just beautiful offense, unselfishness from the Bears.
There's a lot of ball movement there, and that's what you like to see. A lot of motion in this Bears offense. And CO now to Taylor. Bulldogs doing a good job. Simmons getting in the pocket.
Well, I thought that hit off his hand after the Simmons deflection, but they're going to keep that one here.
And we're going to show you a replay of that last possession. A great kick by Simmons. Hawks, a great swing to the corner of the gun, and he knows what to do with it. I mean, he's gotten 1,000 points in his career, so that's second nature to him. And we'll be back shortly here on Bear Sports Network. As we're back here on Bear Sports Network, you're watching Lenoir-Rhyne basketball. Geico, do you own or rent your home? Sure you do. Fortunately, Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. It's a good thing, too, because having a home is hard work. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico.com, easy. It's 12-9. The Wingate Bulldogs over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, 15-31 here in the first half. Jay-Z, it's been back and forth between both squads.
Oh, that's a great read there. Kendrick Tucker drew two, found the open man, sending him to the line. Pringle, the beneficiary of that great pass, drew two defenders, found the open man. Good dish.
And that will send Pringle to the line for two. Pure on the first attempt.
Sophomore Zinfield's making his first trip onto the floor, replacing RJ Gunn.
And Pringle will go 2 for 2 on the line to push the lead up to 5 points for the Bulldogs, 14-9. Into the post to steal. Bears working around. Simmons driving in with the left and gets it to go.
He is so crafty when he gets to the basket. He is not a very tall player, and the defender, Priest, was there to block that shot at 6'5", but he just got it up and around it and used the rim as a protection for his own offense.
And Simmons has to be pound for pound one of the strongest players in the conference for his size. Draws a lot of fouls going to the basket. A good drive and kick, and then a little floater put up and no good for the Bulldogs. Infield's pushing here in transition.
Yeah, a little out of control on that one. I think he got caught maybe trying to dish that one off and ended up just putting it up, and Lenoir-Rhyne's looking to capitalize off of it. Mason Hawks from deep.
Deep three for Hawks, strong off the back iron. Simmons looking to get in the fold. A little bump there by Priest, but they're going to let him play. 14-11. Bulldogs up over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. That's Tucker with the rock. A swing over to Cunningham. Now CO, who's been quiet, driving in with the left and gets it to go.
It's a tough move getting around Davion Bradford, too, one of the premier defenders in the league, using the left. Nice move.
Hawks, a hesitation move. Stop and pop, turning. And he gets called for the travel. Felt like he kept his pivot foot there. There's a lot of contact on the jump stop, but we're going to let him play.
Anthony Rice in. Muldrew returns. Rice, a senior from Atlanta.
So a little makeshift lineup, the kind of the second unit here for Lenoir-Rhyne in the game. Good pressure by Bradford. Gets his hand right there. Bradford will leak away, and it's good.
That's what makes him so dangerous. He is We talk about this every broadcast, but we cannot imagine trying to bring a ball up court against Davion Bradford. He's either going to get you in front or tip it from behind. And you see, more pressure defense by him and Rice causes another turnover, and that's, what you can do to disrupt an offense.
Yeah, and when you play the game of basketball, there are defenders who are kind of just in your face, kind of pests, and you just hate when they guard you, and that is Davion Bradford to a T.
You almost just roll your eyes when you see that they're guarding you and you say, somebody come help.
Exactly. Bradford is a lockdown defender as it comes, and this into the post to Tim Steele. Out to Muldrew. Driving in a floater on the baseline. Could not be tipped up by Bradford. Looked like he was trying to dunk it, but at the same time, the ball was still in the cylinder.
He can fly, too. Davion Bradford, he's got some hops on him. He probably, if that one came off clean, he probably could have put that one right back in, but just hit off the rim awkwardly, and he was just caught in midair.
So like this early pressure here from the second unit of the Bears as the Bulldogs get it across. CO being guarded by Rice, and that might be a mismatch between Rice and CO. CO, very quick guard, but he's going to draw the foul on Rice, the blocking foul.
Rice came off the bench against UVA Wise, dropped six assists. He's a great facilitator and a playmaker, just behind a couple other guards right now, but he'll probably see some extended minutes tonight.
Steele trying to fight through the screen. Cottingham open for three, a little strong.
Over the back.
And
Good call.
A foul will be called on Pringle.
Yep. Good box out by Tim Steele. Pringle just went over the back trying to get that offensive rebound, being a little aggressive on the offensive boards, and good job by the freshman Steele.
Rice will bring the ball up for the Bears. Being guarded by Cottingham. Into the post to Steele. Little action, Muldrew driving in, and he gets blocked. It's going to stay here with the Bears. Great defense there by Kendrick Tucker.
Tucker says you guys stop talking about Davion Bradford and Armand Muldrew's defense. That was a heck of a defensive play right there.
So get some subs into the game. Fowler is going to re-enter. Along with number 23, Andreas Wilson. Fowler, dribble handoff with Rice. Fields there being guarded tightly by Priest. Fowler looking to go to work on the smaller Pringle. And a little jump hook, and he gets it to go.
Everything he's putting up is going down right now. You got to find Cooper Fowler on the offensive end, get him the ball.
And a traveling violation will be called by Priest. We show you a south side replay. Fowler going to work, nice footwork, gets to his spot, and drops in the left jump hook. Muldrew at the top of the key. Back to Fowler. Sees it. Good pass up to Zim Fields. Takes the bump and he scores. Heads up play by Fowler to look and feel the double and get it to Zim Fields in an open cut. The Bears retake the lead 17-16. A deep three dropped in by Wilson for an answer. And now the Bulldogs have retaken the lead.
Yeah, this has been an offensive fest so far. 63% for Lenoir-Rhyne, 58% from the field for Wingate, and the offenses are hot early.
Muldrew coming off, little pin down. Bradford driving in, takes the baseline, and he gets it to go. Bradford calling his number.
That basket was a benefit of Cooper Fowler being so hot. I think they kind of did a reverse where Bradford went to the basket, Fowler popped out for three, and the defense went with Fowler and left Bradford for a bucket.
Pringle driving in, and a travel going to be called on Pringle. Felt like almost an offensive foul.
They could have got him with either one of those ones, caught him with the travel, as this one takes us to a media timeout.
Maybe show you a replay of that last series of events. And you see a great look there by Cooper Fowler into Zim Fields. I mean, you got to love it when your big man can feel the presence of a second player coming at him. That's a heads-up play there by the sophomore.
That's what makes Cooper Fowler dangerous, too. Traditional 6'10" big man. He can pass, he can dribble, he can shoot. We saw make some post moves. He can alter shots. He does a lot of things for Lenoir-Rhyne. They just had to get him going, and against Queens he got hot, and it's carrying over today.
Exactly. So we're going to give a shout-out to David E. Looper. When looking for a general contractor, you need someone you can depend on. And you certainly want someone with the ability you require. You can depend on David E. Looper to respond to your needs from timeless timeliness to budget. If you need to know more, check out our website at delcompany.com. Pepsi of Hickory, locally owned and operated since 1925. Thank you for filling your coolers with Pepsi this fall, and thank you for allowing to serve you all these years. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas, raised in Hickory. Carolina West Wireless, fastest speeds, national 4G LTE coverage, hometown price. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Bears. See a little stat update. Cottingham with 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting, 2 of 4 from the outside, and Cooper Fowler with 9 points in this one. Bears and Bulldogs knotted up at 19 apiece, 11:22 remaining here in this first half. Muldrew setting up the offense for the Bears. Simmons has re-entered. And it looks like Bulldogs are in a moving zone. And then Hawks driving in with the left, finishes strong.
You don't traditionally think of Mason Hawks as a slasher. He's more of a shooter, ball handler, but we've seen lately him get to the basket a lot more than he has in previous years.
Yeah, he's not shy of contact whatsoever. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Hawks, and I think they were right on that one. Maybe sold that call just a little too much.
It was close. He was probably maybe a half a step late, and that gives the and one opportunity for Cottingham.
So every time Lenoir-Rhyne seems to have momentum, the Bulldogs have had an answer. Cottingham in and out on that, and we're going to stay knotted up at 21 apiece. Hawks, top of the key. Simmons driving, loses the handle, and that's going to go out of bounds off Cottingham. Will remain LR possession.
Nice defensive play there by Cottingham, too, showing he can do it on the offense and defensive end. It's hard to keep Darius Simmons in front of you. A lot of teams and players in the league struggle with that, but that was a heck of a play to poke that away.
As you see, number 4, Destin Clark has entered the game for the first time. Hawks surveying, driving baseline with the left, and he's going to be hacked, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Little hesitation move, kind of got a separation that Mason Hawks needed, and the half a step advantage he had caused a foul and 2 shots for the senior.
Yeah, Hawks has got a very smooth game to himself. That hesitation, like you said, is very, very deadly, especially when he's off the dribble and you know he can pull it from deep. Kind of reminds me of Emily Harmon on the women's team as well. Very smooth to their game. So he's strong on that first free throw attempt.
You don't see him miss very, very many free throws, shooting above 80%.
And gets the shooter's bounce there on the second attempt. Puts the Bears up 22-21 with 10:30 remaining here in the first half. The Bears, a tight full court pressure, but that doesn't matter, and Kendrick Tucker finds a way to score on the other end. Bears looking to set up the offense. Fowler. Simmons coming off a screen. Simmons strong on that attempt, and Fowler could not back tap it out. Now Cottingham is pushing. Pringle to Cottingham, he's driving in, fading away. A swing to Wilson. Inside to Pringle, and he gets the dunk for the Bulldogs. It's a great find by number 4, Destin Clark.
Yeah, great. Good offensive set there. Stayed patient for Wingate. Moved the ball. The more times you rotated it, they were bound to find somebody open. Bears just had a miscommunication. Pringle was wide open for the dunk. Can't get any easier than that.
Into the post. Fowler going to work. He's posting up. Sees the double out to Fields. Fields stop and pop with the floater and gets the friendly roll off the rim. 25-24, the Bulldogs are on top of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Up ahead and out of control. And they're going to call a foul on Mason Hawks. Just felt like that the number 4, Clark, was out of control there on that drive. See Fowler, smart decision to kick it to Fields. And he knows what to do with the rest of it, drives in the lane and gets the floater to go.
Anthony Rice re-entering on this one for Hawks. That's 2 quick fouls on Mason Hawks, so not a bad move by Coach Sullivan. Just get him a little bit of a breather and buy some time with Anthony Rice in there.
Pringle now out to Tucker. Tucker, the lefty, misses on that three-point attempt. Bradford now looking to push. Hesitation, spinning. Loses track of the ball. And finally secures it for ours. Infields will now set things up as they look to slow it down. Out to Bradford. Good screen by Fowler. He's open on the roll for a minute. Simfields turning. And a foul will be called. It's like a push on number 15.
That's too bad for Wingate because they played 24 seconds of tremendous defense right there, and the foul was 6 seconds. Almost ruins that entire defensive possession that they did so well to keep the Bears out of whack.
As Quantre Taylor will check in for Pringle.
Got a little uniform adjustment here, tying those shorts up.
Rice to inbound for the Lenoir-Rhyne. Simmons, steal.
I'd like to see Simmons get going. He's had a couple uncharacteristically cold games heading into this one. Only 2 points so far, but he's going to explode at any minute here.
Not able to knock down that three-pointer. Bradford almost getting another steal.
He's unbelievable. He's got the quickest hands and feet.
Reason why he's leading this team in steals as Wilson, a pretty pull-up jump shot.
Yeah, that's a tough shot right there. A little stop and pop, kind of fading away from the hoop. That's a tough one to defend.
Rice off the screen into Simmons. He's going to go strong with the right. Not able to get it to go. And Cottingham is pushing. Tim Steele trying to play defense. He gets the block, but able to finish on the other hand is Cottingham.
Yeah, that one juggled a little bit. I could have saw it.
Steele for three. Strong. No good. Working the ball around. Now Wilson there on the wing looking to attack Simmons. And he gets the baseline there with the right hand.
Yeah, that was just too easy. Quick spurt here. 6-0 run for Wingate.
And Simfield's not able to get the and one, but he's going to go to the line for two. Like you said, a 6-0 run. The score is now 31-24, the Wingate Bulldogs or the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, with 7:19 remaining here in the first half. And we'll be back shortly here on Bear Sports Network.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
So we're back here on Bear Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Lenoir-Rhyne men's basketball. The score is the Wingate Bulldogs 31, Lenoir-Rhyne 24. Here, 7:19 remaining in the first half. Jay-Z, what have you seen so far in this game? And Wingate Bulldogs have been on a run, a 6-0 run.
Yeah, you hope that they cool off at some point. They're shooting 68% from the field, 60% from three. Those numbers can't sustain over 40 minutes of action, you would hope, or else it's going to be a long night for Lenoir-Rhyne. Field steps to the line. First of two free throw shots for the sophomore.
Fields able to knock down the first free throw attempt. As Cottingham will go to the bench, and they'll bring in number 20, Taylor Bell, into the ballgame. 2 for 2 by Zim Fields. Cuts into this lead for the Bulldogs as the Bears are down 5 points. They got to get it across. Good spin and a steal by Bradford. Zim Fields up with the dunk. Flushes it in for 2.
Quick 4-0 spurt by Zim Fields. Davion Bradford with another play. Knocks it away off the hands of a Wingate defender, and his defense is turning this game around.
Tavion Bradford. What a play. Heads up by him. A lockdown defender. He has been elite here today, making everyone fear him when he's marking them. Hand off to Rice. Looking to move the ball around. Muldrew out to Fields. He's got the baseline if he wants it. You hear Coach Everett Sullivan telling him to move the ball. Fields, 13 on the shot clock. Steal a pump fake. Needs to get something going here.
Nice
good cut by Bradford with the reverse. And
right now, Davion Bradford's
run.
been the difference maker for Lenoir-Rhyne. He's doing all kinds of things, scoring, rebounding, getting some steals, pressuring the guards, making it a nightmare to bring the ball up the court.
And I don't think CO wants any from Davion Bradford. I don't think anyone on this Bulldog team wants to smoke from Bradford. He's an excellent defender. CO in the paint, able to shield with the rim and gets the reverse.
How about this? Bradford, Fowler, and Steele. Fields combined 9 for 9 from the field for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Steele, hand off to Fields. Fields tries the jump shot, no good.
That's my bad. Just said they never missed a shot. I got to learn.
As the ball's now being worked around, driving inside out to number 20, Taylor Bell for 3. He's off the left side of the rim. Fields now looking to drive, stop, pop, needs some help. And the Bears are going to reset at the top. Back in is Tim Steele. He's going to work. The left-handed baby hook.
With the left. Tough shot for the freshman. That's a tough post move.
And look at the pressure here from the Bears. A jump stop and a kick out to Bell. And Bell in and out on that attempt.
That's what you want to do when you press. You want to speed up the offense, make them take quick shots. That was a quick 3. He was open, but it was a really quick 3. And then you get the ball back on the offensive end and look to stay hot.
And Bradford needs some help. Picked up his dribble. Out to Muldrew. It's Coach Sullivan telling everyone to clear out. Muldrew with the ball, 9 seconds.
Looks like a high screen and roll, Steele and Muldrew.
Muldrew driving in, out to Bradford. Step back. And left it short off the front of the rim.
Probably should have taken the first one. He was more open in the first one.
Wilson will fire a 3, and this kid has got a clip on him. He's unloading it here on the Bears.
That was a tough shot. A quick release. Big answer for Wingate. Lenoir-Rhyne was getting hot, but that's a big 3.
Bradford into Steele, and a lot of contact. Steele with the okey-doke move, drives in with the left.
We see you, big man, working with the ball handling, the lefty. And the last possession, the blow-by on this possession. And the defense on that possession.
Steele. I'm talking Lenoir-Rhyne has been locked down here today, absolutely stifling on the defensive end. And Steele causes the turnover. It's a 36-34 ball game. The Wingate Bulldogs are on top of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears with 4:08 remaining.
So that dunk by Pringle, I think earlier in the women's game, you can kind of see above the shot clock that was just blank. But after the dunk, now we have a 3 appeared. So if he dunks it again, we might get that whole clock to show back up.
Fowler. There's a nice curl there by Mason Hawks. Hawks driving in on Wilson, draws the contact.
Well, hand check. They get him with a hand check. Mason Hawks putting it on the floor, making things happen as we head into the under 4 media timeout with Wingate leading Lenoir-Rhyne 36-34.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
And we're back here on Bear Sports Network. You're watching Lenoir-Rhyne men's basketball. Your score is Wingate Bulldogs 36, Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 34. I'm Adekale Ande, joined by Jeremy Zalaka. 3:54 remaining here in the first half. Jay-Z, what has been going on so far for both sides?
You know, a lot of offense. 70 points already scored in this first half. Well on their way to surpassing their season averages.
Hawks steps in for an 18-footer and knocks it in.
Beautiful. That's great offense right there. Went under the screen or got caught up trying to fight through the screen, gave Mason Hawks a wide open look. That's a great screen by Cooper Fowler.
Cunningham takes the ball back out. It's a tie ball game, 36 apiece. Cottingham now over to CO. Bulldogs working it around. A deep two, and it's good for number 4, Clark.
That's a tough shot. I wasn't expecting him to pull off the dribble, but knocks it down with confidence.
See how the Bears will answer. Hawks, a pullback. He had the three if he wanted it. Inside to Simmons. Goes up with the left, and a lot of contact there. Simmons isn't going to complain about it. He's going to get back on defense.
That's a call Simmons normally gets in the paint, but didn't get it that time.
Good pursuit of the basketball by Armand Muldrew. Able to keep it alive for Lenoir-Rhyne. Bradford being shut down on the baseline by Priest. Hawks, a little floater in the paint, gets it to go. Looks at the referee for the and one, and might be talking a little extra right there to the referee.
Cooper Fowler's size there. Hawks turned down the ball screen. Got
my goodness!
Bradford. What can this guy do out there?
Oh my goodness! What a block by Bradford, and a no-look pass into Fowler by Hawks, and it's good.
That's a momentum swinger right there. What a play by Davion Bradford. We talked about his athleticism, and he showcases it right there.
Hawks now to the corner. It's going to be Clark. He's short on that three-point attempt. Bradford now pushing in transition. Hawks at the top of the key. Pulls the three-pointer. He's feeling himself. Short off the rim. Bullock's going to go the other way and try to answer. Your score is 40-38. Oh, my goodness. This kid
is hot.
Wilson calling his number. He's feeling it. He did not get the start today, but I think he's showing
he's 5 for 5.
Showing the reason why he deserved to start for this Bulldogs team.
Oh, my goodness.
This kid has got a pretty jump shot. Now, Muldrew will fire from the outside. He's short, and that's why you follow your shot. Another opportunity for Simmons, and that is strong off the left side of the rim. Cunningham, and a steal by Bradford. He's off and running here. A behind the back to Muldrew for the reverse, and no good. A lot of things going on there, just not able to get it to go. Muldrew playing tight on CO. Now CL being guarded once again by Muldrew. A kick to the corner. Clark driving in. Fowler. Good job not fouling, and Clark gets it to go for 2. We're under a minute left to play. Your score is Wingate Bulldogs 43, Lenoir-Rhyne 40. And Simmons driving in tough, feels the contact, and still scores. Under 30 seconds. Shot clock is at 20. Inside, a spin, and that could have been an and one as Simmons definitely reached there on on Priest. So 15 seconds remaining. Bears can hold it for one shot. And there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Eric Sullivan to draw up a play. Your score is Wingate Bulldogs 45, Lenoir-Rhyne 42. And what do you think Coach Sullivan's drawing up here, Jay-Z?
Yeah, we got a couple options on this play. I think, Mason Hawks is probably going to get the ball in his hands a little bit. I'd like to see Darius Simmons. surprisingly, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if there's an issue, but I'm realizing we haven't said much about R.J. Gunn, and I'm pulling up the stats. He's only had four minutes in this first half. He has 2 fouls, but so does Mason Hawks, and he's been out there. So I'm not sure if there's an ailment with R.J. or if they're just resting him up for the second half. But I would think it's either Simmons, Hawks, or Coop is out of this one. So I'd imagine it's one of those 2 guys at the end of the half situation going to the bucket.
Simmons will get the rock from Fields. 10 seconds left on the clock. Shot clock off. Simmons going to go to work. Simmons takes the screen, driving in with the left, stops, pops, puts it up, and that is no good off the back iron. And that is the half, folks. Your score is the Wingate Bulldogs 45, the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 42. And we'll be back here on Bears Sports Network with more Lenoir-Rhyne's basketball.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found an expert for my heart.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
And we're back here on Bear Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Lenoir-Rhyne men's basketball. Matakali Ande with Jeremy Zlaka. It's halftime. Your score is Wingate Bulldogs 45, Lenoir-Rhyne Bears 42. Jay-Z, it's been...
Oh, shoot.
It's been
I
back...
did the halftime graphic wrong.
It's been back and forth in this one here today as we're going to show you some highlights here from the first half. Early defense has led to offense for both sides. That you saw that pressure by the second unit of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. It's been Cottingham who's got it to go early, and you see a big dunk there from the big man, Contre Taylor of the Bulldogs. And Cooper Feller had it going from the distance, and I believe he had 9 first-half points in this one. And you see Muldrew getting the steal, and Fowler with a big 3 from the top of the key. Big man has really turned up here today for the Bears. And a big difference maker has been Andreas Wilson for the Wingate Bulldogs. He's had it going on 3 from 3, and had a couple of 2-point baskets in that first half as well. Was lining it up for the Bulldogs. So we have about 3:40 remaining here until we resume second half action. Excited about this one. This is a really tight game between both schools in this rivalry game, and this is what we expected, Jay-Z.
Yeah, a whole lot of offense in this one. We knew the offenses were going to bring it tonight, and they've answered the bell with, let's see if we can do the quick math, 87 first half points. We talked about Wingate averaging 83, the Bears at 77, so both well ahead of those averages. And just a well-played offensive half. You see the percentages or the field goal attempts on this one. The Bears are a little cold from three-point range, but that just means they're 16 from 21 inside the arc. So maybe trying to keep attacking the basket when those three-pointers aren't falling, but -6 in the rebounding, and that's something that we've talked about a bunch. But only 2 turnovers. The Bears have done a heck of a job really this whole season of taking care of the ball. They haven't turned the ball over more than their opponents one time this season, and they're trending in that direction again for an 8th time.
Yeah, it's been solid, a defensive effort, especially from that second unit. You saw Tim Steele, Davian Bradford put on a defensive clinic here for Lenoir-Rhyne, and I mean, if I could draw something on the screen right there and show you, I'd circle that turnover category 2 to 8. Lenoir-Rhyne is, leading that category over the Wingate Bulldogs, and that's been, I think, the biggest difference maker here today. So we're getting ready. We're about 2 minutes away from second half action as we show you a little side-by-side comparison. Andreas Wilson, 13 points for number 23, 5 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from three-point land, 1 assist. Cooper Fowler, 4 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, and 2 assists with 10 points on 11 minutes. So good job by those two, kind of leading their sides and being the catalyst offensively. As we're a little under 2 minutes until second half action, and I'm going to give you a little shout out to Southeast Retirement Planners. What is your game plan to reach your financial goals? Call LR alums Ryan Edwards, Les Stewart, Bob Fincher, and the team at Southeast Retirement Planners to help you put a successful game plan in place. Jay-Z, what are you expecting here in this second half from both sides?
Yeah, I'm looking at R.J. Gunn. We talked about him just getting 4 minutes in that first half, a little foul trouble, 2 fouls. He should be ready to go in the second half, and the Bears are going to need him. Cooper Fowler got him off hot. Mason Hawks has done some things. Darius Simmons and Gunn, the 1,000 point scores that we have presented today. Only about 5 in this first half. So getting those 2 guys going, we're fortunate that it's only a 3-point game and those guys aren't playing well. But as we talked about in the pregame, the Bears can beat you with a lot of different players. And it's just Cooper Fowler, Zim Fields, and Mason Hawks that stepped up today in the first half.
So we're about a couple 30 seconds away from resuming more second half action. It's been an exciting day of basketball here at Lenoir-Rhyne. Seen a lot of things. Good players, good plays here today between both schools. It's been a great day for basketball.
Yeah, it's always nice to get back to these doubleheaders. This one's an adjustment. This is our first weeknight doubleheader. This getting ready to strike 9 o'clock and getting ready for bed normally at this time. But
I don't know about you, Jay-Z. This is way past my bedtime at this point. Hopefully these teams can turn me up here in this last little stretch in the second half.
A couple of us had a Red Bull before this game, but I guess yours either hasn't kicked in yet or it wore off too quick on you. I'm jacked up. I'm ready to go. 20 more minutes.
Let's do it. Let's roll here. It's going to be Bears possession as they're down 45-42 to the Wingate Bulldogs.
Red Bull should be the official sponsor of this next month, 2 months of the schedule in sports information departments.
We're going to need it as Cottingham gets a steal and R.J. Gunn gets a steal back out to Simmons, driving in, and there's going to be a foul call.
Yeah, got him with the body. Simmons, again, his expertise is drawing fouls, and he does it right there. But they're going to call that one on the ground, and Bears ball underneath.
Talking about the hustle right there by R.J. Gunn to keep that ball alive. Hawks on the wing. Simmons in the corner, working the ball around. Hawks pushes out Muldrew. Two-man game with Fowler. Hawks open for three on the slip. Gunn on the wing, trying to get him involved, and he's in and out on that attempt.
I feel that we need to go back and give a shout-out to Davion Bradford. We didn't mention him at halftime, but the way he's affected this game on both ends of the court, he's been unbelievable for Lenoir-Rhyne.
It's a block by Cooper Fowler, channeling his inner Davion Bradford, and Gunn takes it all the way in with the left.
That was a business decision by Miguel Priest. Just got out of the big man's way, let him get the 2 points, and get back and play some offense for the Wingate Bulldog.
Now Priest looking to face up on R.J. Gunn. Curling off the screen was Cottingham. Good denial by Muldrew. A step back jump shot by CO is no good, off the rim. Muldrew now looking to set up and looking to get R.J. Gunn going. Fowler straight line three, left side of the rim, but able to secure the rebound to Simmons. Simmons driving in, a kick. Mason Hawks on the corner. Gunn a strong rebound, and he is immediately fouled by Quantre Taylor.
Yeah, getting some good action from R.J. Gunn. The save in the corner, had the open shot, good take. The offensive rebound there, getting him back in the groove here. Just fresh in the second half. And Taylor, whenever he makes contact with somebody, they're going to feel it. So that one got whistled for a foul. Taylor's a big boy out there. So is Cooper Fowler when they're standing next to each other.
Back into the post for Gunn. He likes that fall-away jump shot. The little Dirk Nowitzki move, and he gets it to go. The one-footed fadeaway.
It's like you know it's coming, but you can't really stop it because there's no easy way to defend that shot. He puts the closest leg up, so the defender can't really get a hand in there and just fades away and floats it in.
Hawks gambling there on the passing lane. Taylor now trying to go to work. A good drop step and spin. I'm not sure if that was a foul by Cooper Fowler. It just felt like Taylor missed it, but he's going to go to the line for two.
That was a really, really good defensive possession, too. A great help defense, rotations. Man was open, but the Bears recovered, and that one was too far for us to get a good look at from that angle, but the ref was right there. We weren't, so we'll defer to that call.
And this is an interesting take by Taylor. Look how far away from the free throw line he is when he shoots it, and I think it's just because he may have a strong free throw line shot. He's about, I'd say, a foot.
He's trying to get an extra point.
He's about a foot away from the actual line. He was pure on the first attempt and got the second one to go. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. And Taylor able to go 2 for 2 at the line.
He's probably so big, he's got to move back.
It's Fowler on the wing to Simmons, trying to feed Gunn in the post. And Gunn walking away like it was a turnover.
I'm not sure if he was just circling around or if he thought that was going the other way. Sometimes you got to try and play it cool when the call goes your way and you're heading the opposite direction.
Gunn with the ball now out to Muldrew. Hawks surveying, a couple of jabs. Pulls it back out. Gunn, a straight line three-pointer, rattles it in from the top of the key.
He's starting to heat up, and the Bears are dangerous when R.J. Gunn gets rolling.
CO yelling out the play. So the Bulldogs are working it around. Tucker into the low block. That's Taylor working on Fowler. Oh, it looked like a travel there.
They got him with it. Got him with a lot of body. Those two guys going at it, just battling in the post. And I think Cooper Fowler's calling for a sub or he's calling for the ball. I don't know, one or the other. But there's R.J. Gunn hitting from deep. And it's it's time maybe to give that man another touch.
49-47, the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears are over the Wingate Bulldogs here with 17 minutes remaining in the second half. RJ Gunn, a corner three, left it short, and that's one where you'd love to see him follow his shot. He maybe would have gotten it.
I think he was just thinking that thing was in, and he was getting back on defense the way he's been shooting.
A drive by Priest. That's a tough take.
Defense,
oh my goodness. That is a large man there in the paint.
Easy on the rims, big fella.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
you got to pay for those if you break them.
Yeah, Justin Hayes not going to be happy about that one if those rims get broken.
No, great follow-up. Good hustle play there.
Simmons driving in with the left. Can't get the roll. Got all the way to the cup. Back to Priest. CL, who's been quiet here tonight. Tucker. Nice pivot. Back to Taylor, who's had the hot hand. Look at that move, creating the space.
Going to work. Nice move. Big man. This Wingate team is tough, man, and we've talked a lot about the Bears win over Queens, but Wingate had probably just an even more impressive win. They came back from 17 at Queens to pull that one out.
Fowler, straight line three off the left side of the rim.
And that was after Queens had beaten a couple Division I teams. So this Wingate squad has got a lot of options, a lot of threats, and they're tough. They're going to make a lot of noise.
Cunningham driving in on Muldrew, and he gets the and one for the Bulldogs. And JD, just talk about, it's rare that you see a traditional big man like Quantre Taylor. And in the SAC conference, like, Taylor has been excellent down on the low block here for the Bulldogs.
8 points in his 11 minutes, just 2 boards, but he makes some things happen, doing stuff with the ball handling, making some face-up moves, putbacks. He's only missed 1 shot. He's tough. CO's tough. Cottingham's tough. Wilson hasn't missed a shot. My goodness, he's on fire. And, like I said, this is a really, really strong team. This is a really strong conference. We talk about Wingate and Queens and Lincoln Memorial, as we should, as the top dogs in this league. But the next layer of teams with Lenoir-Rhynes, the Tusculums, the Wingates, Newberries, Anderson. There's so many. Cataba's in there. There's so many really good teams in this league, and you can't have an off night because anybody can beat you. And,
exactly.
And we've seen that with, we've been fortunate to be on the winning side, but we've also been on the losing side a couple of those ones.
We saw a replay of Gunn's deep three from straight away, able to knock it in. Your score, if you're just tuning in, is Lenoir-Rhyne is down 51-49 to the Wingate Bulldogs, with 15:42 remaining here in the second half. You see that putback jam there by Quantre Taylor. That's a large human being there on the court.
You give a shout out to the Wingate Athletic Communications Department, sending Trey Harrell here up on the steps. You can barely just see his legs right now, but he's here getting some content for the Bulldogs. Got a student here too. Everybody's doing the best they can to get the fans to see as much as they can of these teams in action. So a shout out to the Bulldogs for going the extra mile.
Yeah, we really all appreciate everyone who's tuning in right now, enjoying some good South Atlantic Conference basketball. As Cunningham was able to complete the three-point play, that pushes the lead for the Bulldogs by 3 points, 52-49 over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Mason Hawks at the top of Keith Gunn. A swing to Bradford. And Hawks looking to go to work. Under 10 on the shot clock. Zimfield's looking to attack. And a nice baseline jump shot in rhythm for Zim Fields.
Zim's really playing under control poise tonight, hitting some nice shots, not trying to do too much with the ball. And he's having a tremendous game, 10 points, 4 or 5 shooting.
Bradford doing a good job, getting in the lane right there, gets the steal. Zim Fields spinning. A kick to Hawks. Out to RJ Gunn. Hawks open again if he wants it.
Oh, wide open.
Finally gets it to him.
Zim was open. There was a couple guys open on that one, but the Bears are going to go into Fields, and he'll just take the layup anyway. Look at the
patience there by the sophomore on the spin on the baseline. Gets the reverse.
Zim Fields leading the way with 12 points. Fowler and Gunn each with 10. Balanced attack for this Lenoir-Rhyne offense. Cottingham and Wilson each with 13 for the Bulldogs. This one has been a tremendous game since the tip.
I'm going to say it over and over again. Cottingham is an absolute walking bucket for this Wingate Bulldogs team.
Reminds me a lot of myself back, when I was playing.
Yeah,
Just really difficult to guard. I made a joke that the 2,000-point balls, that was about 1,926 more points than I ever scored in my career.
And a deep three for Mason Hawks. Green light. Heat up, number 3.
This one, it's hard to talk about because I just want to sit here and watch it. This is just a high-level basketball game on both ends of the court, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, it's been a really great one here today. CL being guarded by Gunn. Taylor looking to go to work on Steele. Tucker dribble handoff Cottingham. In his face is Bradford.
Good deep. Bradford has really
defense by
affected this
Bradford.
game a lot, and he's been an unsung hero. He's done a lot of things that aren't really showing up in the box score.
Mason Hawks going to try again.
We could have let that one fly, too. Hand down, man down.
Good holster. And I think
Didn't see what that call was, but it's going the other way.
Bradford may have stepped on the baseline unless they called a foul. Not sure from this angle. As you see that replay, the deep three by Hawks, no hesitation. Kid can shoot. See Coach Sullivan having a good chat right there on the sideline with the referee. Letting him know he's doing a good job, I'm sure.
Referee Appreciation Week's coming up. I think he might have just been getting the heads up on that one.
See, that is Priest with the Rockets. Pringle has re-entered the game for the Bulldogs. Tucker going baseline, spinning. Oh, he almost split that double. CO now driving tough on Hawks. And one with the left for CO as he points to his veins. He's got ice in them. Ties the game up 56 apiece with 13:01 remaining here in the second half.
Yeah, if you see, Tim Steele just got caught hugging his man a little too tight, was probably a step away from being in help defense, which caused the and one instead of having him pick up his dribble or deter him from getting to the bucket.
Yeah, you always got to keep an eye on CO. I mean, he's rocking the Kobe Grinches right there. Fresh pair of kicks there on the court. Shoes are so hard to find, limited edition. He knocks down the 3-point play, 57-56. The Wingate Bulldogs are up over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Steele out to Muldrew. Muldrew driving on Pringle. What a tough take by the freshman, just not able to finish.
He did all the hard work and ended up with a good look at the hoop, just couldn't knock it down. But got to get back on the defensive end and go to work here.
Pringle's calling for it on Darius Simmons, and
that's a mismatch if I've ever seen one.
And almost a foul, and that's got to be an offensive foul.
Good call.
And that will be going the other way as Priest a little out of control.
I hate to keep bringing this up, but we talk about the way that Davion Bradford's affected this game, not really showing up in the box score. He doesn't get credit for anything on that play, but he's been in the right place at the right time, and he's done so much defensively to cause Wingate some fits.
Yeah, I would love to see his plus-minus in this game. I mean, it's got to be astronomical. This kid has been just dynamite on the defensive end.
Wilson checking. Oh, that's a move. Yeah, that's a move screen. Wilson's about to check in for Wingate, and he has been on fire. Hasn't missed a shot. His 5 attempts, 3 of 3 from deep. So going to have to check him at all times because he is feeling it.
On fire would be an understatement for this kid, Wilson. I mean, and he doesn't really – it's not a flashy play. He's just been hitting his shots.
Gets a quick release,
getting to his
gets
spots.
a little separation, and gets that shot off, and it's been pure each of the times.
Priest hands off to Wilson. Now underneath to Cunningham, and a good pump fake up and under against Bradford. That pushes the lead to 3 for the Bulldogs. Simmons, top of the key, takes the little flare screen from Steele. Simmons going to fire a 3 off the right side of the iron. Simmons has just been cold here tonight.
2 for 10 for the senior.
And a pull-up three-pointer, and CO feeling himself right now as he talks his game.
His coach was yelling at him to play defense and stop talking.
Muldrew off the screen, driving in on Wilson. Oh, my goodness!
Yikes.
Pringle
We saw that one come. Poor Armand Muldrow couldn't see that
Ouch.
one coming, but we could see that one coming.
Yeah, I don't know what that basketball did to you, Pringle. It's got feelings. This block is Pringle. Great hustle and help defense on Muldrow. Just pinned it against the backboard.
That's not right, dude.
It's definitely not right. 62-56. The Wingate Bulldogs are up by 6 here. 11:14 remaining in the second half, and we'll be back shortly here on Bear Sports Network.
Unlimited mean to you? At Carolina West Wireless, it means unlimited media, unlimited fun, and unlimited access to our nationwide high-speed network. Sign up today for an unlimited data plan and pay just $35 per month per line for 4 lines. And we'll include hotspot and big-time savings on a new smartphone. Take $350 off the revolutionary new Samsung Galaxy S20 and get more out of your unlimited. Expect more, get more. Only from Carolina West Wireless.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
So we're back here on Bear Sports Network. A little stat update for you. You see Cottingham with 17 points, Zinfield with 12. It's been those two have been leading the charge for both sides. 62-56, the Wingate Bulldogs are up on the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Bradford with the rock here for the Bears. Looking to get some motion offense going. Zinfield's attacks going baseline. Spinning, wheeling, dealing, draws the contact, and that will send the sophomore to the line for 2.
Taking a look at the South Atlantic Conference today. Queens with a beatdown on Tusculum, 85-59. I think we might have upset them on Monday, and they took it out on Tusculum. Carson Newman with the win. Newberry leading Limestone by 11 in the second half, and doubt that Lincoln Memorial's having much trouble with UVA Wise.
As Fields strong in that first attempt. Able to get the second one to go. Cuts into the Bulldogs' lead. Now only 5 points. Here's that full court pressure that the Bears got a lot of turnovers with.
Almost had that steal right
Very
there.
close by Bradford. Steele now guarding Priest. Priest going strong to the right and draws the foul. I believe it's going to be on Tim Steele.
3 on Steele. Four Bears in double figures here in this one. Fields with 13. The trio of Gunn, Hawks, and Fowler, each with 10 for the Bears. Cottingham's got 17, and Wilson's stuck on 13 still, but we'll be okay keeping him there.
Pure on those 2 free throws is Priest. Lead is now 7 points for the Bulldogs, 64-57. 10:45 remaining here in the second half.
You know, this shows how tight this game has been. This is the largest lead for Wingate, and it's a 7-point game. The Bears' largest lead was 2. So this whole game's been played within a 9-point differential.
Sim Fields almost getting the I-1, drawing the contact. He's going to be going to the line for 2 once again.
Pringle didn't think he got him on that one, but seemed to be a little bit of contact.
Fields long off the back iron.
The Bears came into this one shooting over 90% as a team over the last 4 games, but Fields misfired on a pair here, and they're just 4 of 7 today. 4 of 8.
It's about 50%. I can do that math.
Quick math.
Bulldogs.
That's what they're teaching you here in grad school at Lenoir-Rhyne.
Yeah, Bulldogs are up 7, 64-57 with A little over 10 minutes remaining. And a big block by Armand Muldrew. Muldrew, take it easy. CO has got a family.
He needed to respond after he got punched on the other end as hard as he did.
Spiking that one out of bounds. Bradford comes up with the steal. Pushing here for the Bears. Out to Fowler on the wing for 3. Strong on that attempt.
That would have been a big one right there to cut that down to 4, but still 7. Wingate could make it a double-digit lead.
Let's see how Lenoir-Rhyne answers on the defensive end. Wilson fires. Oh, my goodness. Everything from this kid looks like it's going in.
He went under that screen, and I held my breath, but luckily that one rattled out.
Fields driving in, turning, and a travel. Looks like the chair was pulled from under Fields and kind of moved his pivot foot.
Getting a little sloppy here on offense. Just 1 point for the Bears in the last 4:07, a 10-1 run for Wingate. And they've separated a little bit here thanks to that run, going from down 2 to up 7.
See the full court pressure there by Muldrew, guarding CO. Wilson, a pullback. And we've seen that move before. That's the Mason Hawks move.
Did it to him.
And Wilson going off the glass for 2.
This is danger zone here for Lenoir-Rhyne. 9-point lead. They got to make something happen. Been a little stagnant on offense. R.J. Gunn hasn't been out there. Darius Simmons struggling. Where are they going to get their offense?
Deep 3 from Mason Hawks. And just like that, I think he heard you, Jay-Z. Hawks answers from distance.
He might have heard me because there's nobody in the gym. So maybe I'll keep my voice down next time.
66-60. Lead for the Wingate Bulldogs over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. So we show you our replay. Hesitation there by Hawks. But then he's going to pull it back and get in his rhythm, and he knocks it down.
He's got the confidence of a shooter. You need to have that unwavering confidence that you're going to hit every shot you take. Mason Hawks surely has that. He takes some big shots. He makes some big shots. And that was a big one right there to make that 9-point lead cut down to 6 at 66-60 with his team struggling. The Bears needed that one.
I'm going to give some shout-outs here to Paramount Automotive. You should be driving a Hyundai from Paramount Hyundai in Hickory, where every Hyundai comes standard with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Shop online for new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs at ParamountHyundai.com. Domino's, what's your favorite pizza topping? Domino's, located just a few blocks from campus on 2nd Street, is a proud supporter of LR Athletics. Order using the Domino's app and have it delivered for your next game day watch party. Students, don't forget to use your Bear Bucks. So 66-60 lead here for the Wingate Bulldogs over the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. 9:15 remaining. Jay-Z, what needs to happen for Lenoir-Rhyne to cut into this deficit?
I think it's going to start on the defensive end. They need to come up with some stops and cut into the 6-point lead. They've been doing a good job recently, but you can't let Cottingham get loose, CO get loose, Wilson get loose right now. You got to lock in, and it looks like they got the duo of Muldrew and Bradford, and they're going to have to step up and make some more defensive plays.
And I think these players like Bradford and Muldrew have to get it going defensively in order to turn that defense into offense. We've seen them push it in transition and get fast break buckets for this Bears squad. As Pringle will bring up the ball for the Bulldogs. Wilson slipping out to CO. Now Cottingham is going to reset for the Bulldogs. Cottingham wanted to take the 3. He's going here on Zenfields, trying to go to work 1v1. Driving in, kicks it out. Bradford getting in the passing lane. 2 seconds on the clock. It's up and missed, and a shot clock violation. Almost could have been a foul called on Bradford on Andreas Wilson there in the corner.
Boy, that was a big stop, big stand. Anytime a shooter gets it with the shot clock running down, you worry because those ones are so debilitating if you knock that 3 down at the end of the possession to make it a 9-point game, but he's looking for a foul and didn't get one. A strong closeout by Zim Fields, and no foul call, and that benefits the Bears.
Fields surveying. Mason Hawks a deep 3 off the front iron. Priest looking for a little 2-man game. Pringle in the corner. Bulldogs are doing a lot of motion cuts. Pringle going in on Fowler. Goes up with the left. No good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a shot Wingate wanted with your 5-man trying to dribble and make a play.
Oh, my goodness. That one was spiked out of bounds, but that will be an offensive foul on Zim Fields. I don't think I've seen a block like that in a while since.
It didn't count. It doesn't matter.
So that looked like a Zion Williamson-esque block.
They got the Charger before, but I almost want to give them a block in the stats just for
that was
for
something.
That.
I'm glad it stayed clear of Chris Rickenbaugh over there in the cameraman. That could have been dangerous.
We're sending an invoice over to Hugh Patton at Wingate. You got to buy us a new camera if that one block.
Wilson now driving in, pull-up jump shot. This kid's smooth. I'm going to say it. This kid is smooth. Pretty pull-up jump shot there by Wilson.
Yeah, he's tough. He's hit some big shots. That was a big one right there, too. Really, his only miss was a rattle out, and he missed one at the very end of a shot clock. Other than that, he's been pinpoint.
68-60 for the Bulldogs over in the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Bradford off the glass, gets it to go.
Took advantage of the mismatch with Pringle on him, beat him off the dribble. Big bucket for the Bears, who were shooting 42% from the field in the second half compared to 52 in the first.
And Fowler just gets beat, and that ball hits Fowler on the way out of bounds. And we're going to have some substitutions.
Immediate timeout.
Immediate timeout. And we'll be back shortly here on Bears Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
As we're back here on Bears Sports Network, if you're just tuning in, you're watching Lenoir-Rhyne's men's basketball against the visiting Wingate Bulldogs. They're up 68-62. As you see a stat update, JZ Andreas Wilson has been on fire for this Bulldog squad. And then Mason Hawks, his counterpart, 5 for 9, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 6 from distance. Someone's got to cool down Wilson.
I think he might have been feeling a little disrespected by our pregame, talking about the backcourt of CO and Cottingham, and we didn't even mention that name. And he's making the Bears pay tonight. 17 points, all of them important, as this one's just a 6-point margin. He's tied for the team lead in points with Cottingham, each with 17, but he's 7-9, Cottingham's 7 of 12.
Yeah, I'm going to give you someone that Wilson's game kind of reminds me of, JZ. Monte Ellis, throwing him out there.
All right.
He's got that smooth mid-range pull-up and never really forces anything. Everything just comes to him. As you see Cottingham, straight line three-pointer. It's good. And now a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Lenoir-Rhyne, let's see how they answer here on the offensive end. Tim Steele. Now Simmons surveying. Dishes it off to Rice, who's entered the game. Simmons jabs, going to work on Wilson. Trying to split it. And Wilson will get called for the foul to his disbelief.
His reaction is killing me right now. It's just his face. He disagreed with it. But good to see RJ Gunn coming back out here. Only gotten 12 minutes of action, 2 fouls early in the first half, 10 points in his 12 minutes, and hopefully rested for the stretch run and ready to take this thing over. Bears could use it down 9. We need to get a bucket here.
Out to Bradford. 15 on the shot clock. A dangerous pass by Bradford. Cottingham almost got it. Simmons looking to go to work. Simmons driving in, splitting. Gets the ball back, goes up, draws the contact on Cottingham, and that may have done it and put the Bears in the bonus. And that's exactly what you want if you're Lenoir-Rhyne.
Simmons just 4 points. He's been in double figures all 7 games this year. In danger of seeing that streak come to an end.
And this is where, if you're Simmons, if you want to get going, this is where you need to get going, at the free throw line. a place where you're shooting over 85%, this is your spot.
And we've seen Simmons dominate the final 5 minutes of the game. He probably is the Bear that takes and makes the most clutch shots at the end of a game, puts a team on his back, and he's got the full arsenal to do that again tonight.
Now driving in is Clark. Kick out over to Priest. Cunningham spinning. And a deep three by CO. And that one was bottom of the cup. Very pure jump shot there by Francis CO. There's a 10-point lead for the Wingate Bulldogs, Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Simmons draws the contact, goes up, and if you can get Wilson in foul trouble, this might be a good look if you're the Bears, and that's going to send Simmons to the line for 2. You see a replay of CO's 3.
Yeah, that was a big shot from CO right there. Caught in rhythm, deep in front of his bench. Always feels good to hit that 3 in front of your bench. You can hop around a little bit, hear them cheering behind you. But 4 on Wilson is a big call right there. That one, DK kind of initiated the contact. Wilson's checking his chicklets, making sure they're all in there.
And you see Rice now playing tight defense. We're going to get a turnover, a steal. A lot of dribbling here from Priest.
Oh, Bradford went to run and jump, and when they turned around, they had CO wide open.
Cunningham being guarded by Gunn. And Gunn just beat off the dribble. He had to wrap him up before he got a shot off, but that's going to send him to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yep, in the bonus. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. But probably not a horrible foul by RJ Gunn. That's a tough matchup for him. Kind of got beat off the dribble and might as well make him earn it.
Cunningham with a cool 20 points as he missed the one and in off the back iron. Waldrew, stop and pop. Gunn, a deep wing 3, strong. Simmons drawing the contact again, and one! Hoop and harm. Darius Simmons show out.
It was just, 30, 45 seconds of game time ago that said he might not get to double digits. He's in double digits. He's good. 8 straight games.
Like I said before, Jay-Z, I think they're hearing you down there. You might have to take it easy
well,
up here in the booth.
That's the motivation they need. I'll start calling them out because they're starting to play better. They're a 6-point game and chance to cut it to 5. But good battle here for the Bears to bounce back and could have easily packed it in when this thing got to 10.
So 74-69, as Jay-Z said. Bulldogs are up by 5 with 5 minutes remaining here in this ball game. Wilson is playing with 4 fouls. Bradford almost getting the steal in the passing lane. Cunningham takes the high screen from Priest. CO, who's been hot, step back 3, puts up a prayer, and that's an air ball up ahead for Bradford. Now Simmons going in. Great stop and pop, and that's a veteran move by Darius Simmons.
On his back right now, Darius Simmons is on fire. 8 points in the last couple of minutes here, and he is willing this team back to a 3-point deficit.
It's Priest. Cunningham on the wing, into Priest on the low block. Looking for a cut from Cunningham. Very close to a 5-second, closely guarded. Ball's put back in play. Hawks controls it. Pushing up ahead, Simmons. Pump fakes, drives in, stops, pops, drops, and locks it in. Darius Simmons have a game, 10 straight.
The old NBA Jam. You ever played the NBA Jam video game? You don't know what I'm talking about. That's an old game.
Darius Simmons has got the green light here for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Good take by CO to get to the line. Smart move, veteran play there. Get to the line, draw some contact, and try and make an easy couple points here, but Darius Simmons, my goodness.
We show you the replay of the last couple buckets from Simmons. And, I mean, this is what is expected. Simmons is what you call a PTP, as Dickie V would say, a primetime player. He's going to show up when it matters, and he's shown up here in this last 4 or 5 minute stretch for Lenoir-Rhyne. It's a 74-73 ball game. Lenoir-Rhyne is down to the Wingate Bulldogs. 3:56 remaining here in the second half, and we'll be back shortly here on Bear Sports Network. And it's time for our Texas Roadhouse fan of the game. It's going to be Bob and Gay Duckworth. Bob never misses a football, hoops, or softball game. We're going to give a special shout out to Bob's friend Rowdy. Happy 75th birthday from everyone here on Bear Sports Network. Fans, if you want to be the Texas Roadhouse fan of the game and win free dinner for two from Texas Roadhouse, make sure you tag and send photos to @BearSports on all social media platforms, and maybe you'll have a chance to be the Texas Roadhouse fan of the game. 1 point ball game here with under 4 minutes left to play here in the second half. It's coming down to the wire like the first game did in our doubleheader. It's a reason why this is a rivalry game, JZ.
Yeah, this has been a heck of a game, and there was a little lull there for a couple minutes where Wingate separated, but we're right back to a tight battle, two really strong teams, two really strong offenses, and they're playing really well, and both teams really could use a victory in this one. Bragging rights, conference standings on the line, but really just a well-played game between two good teams, and it's been fun to watch this one, and it'll be fun for another 356.
CO, we'll go to the line for two. And you could drop a pin in this gym. It's so quiet and CO go to the line. That's usually not the case in such a ruckus and loud arena, and Schufer Gymnasium is. 2 for 2 at the line. Puts the lead up to 3 for the Wingate Bulldogs or the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, 76-73.
Simmons, Hawks, Bradford, Muldrew, and Gunn, this 5 for the Bears. As Wingate looks like they're dropping into a 2-3 zone, maybe trying to catch the Bears kind of flat-footed, not ready for a zone, but...
And blocked by Pringle when it looked like Muldrew had an easy layup there for 2, and Pringle denies it.
Great offense, but even better defense. Pringle, the shot eraser.
Hawks looking for something. Out to Gunn. Gunn, a deep 2.
Gunn and Simmons taking over when it means the most for Lenoir-Rhyne, and you wouldn't expect anything different from this team.
76-75, the Bulldogs on top of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Priest driving in on Muldrew.
A lot of contact, but they let it play.
Hawks pushing in transition now for the Bears. Hawks a little hesitation, no look. He's got CO dancing. Gunn on the low block. Face up, fall away, jump shot, pure twinkle the twine, RJ Gunn. Bears retake the lead, 77-76.
13-2 run over the last 2:55 puts Lenoir-Rhyne back in the lead.
You hear that defense chant from the bench, trying to get into this game. CO working on Mason Hawks, stops for 3.
That's a tough shot.
That is a bad man right there. Francis CO with a big shot, a big 3, and the Bulldogs retake the lead, 79-77.
You know, Lenoir-Rhyne came all the way back from double digits down to take the lead and just had it briefly.
RJ Gunn looking to match it on the baseline, gets it to go. Tied ball game, 79 apiece here with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining.
Now it's RJ Gunn's turn to take it over for the Bears. So between him and Simmons, the last 16 points to that duo for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Cunningham curling with the left, gets the bucket, and he comes up lame. Let's hope he's all right. Looked like he may have stepped wrongly on the baseline, but he's going to try to walk it off.
I think the rule is if you twist an ankle while you're going up for a shot, that the shot doesn't count. So it should be 79 all. But that's a heck of a finish, especially considering, you know, he's hobbled after that one, and he's a tough player, tough matchup. 22 points, and that has to be hurting him to come off in a game like this. A competitor like he is, and he fires down his goggles and a little bit of frustration.
I mean, if you're head coach Brian Good, you just subbed off Cunningham for Wilson. That's a luxury if you're the head coach of Wingate.
In Wilson's most recent game, he had a career-high 26.
Simmons turning, wheeling, not able to get the friendly roll off the rim. That was a good look for Simmons. Priest trying to go to work on Muldrew. Good ball denial by Bradford. Ball's up in the air. Bradford pushing now in transition, and he gets the slam for Lenoir-Rhyne to tie the ball game. A minute and 25 remaining, 81 apiece here.
Well, I had a flashback to the Queens breakaway last game. It was a better result this time for Davion.
Yeah, he knew he got to knock it down or coach was going to chew him out. CO looking to get a work. He's been hot here in this last stretch. And Priest goes up.
I mean, what a dish there.
And a lot of contact. We show you a replay as Bradford doing a good job. I think Wilson just dribbled it off his knee.
Defense to offense.
I mean, 81 apiece here, a minute and 12 remaining. Priest will go to the line for one.
For 2.
I stand corrected for 2.
For 3. Misses the first.
Misses the first.
A possible 3, maybe 2.
Still up in the air.
It's a late night. We're not used to these late night, weeknight games. Give Audie a break.
Strong.
Big 0 for 2 there. Big 0 for 2.
On both attempts. 81 apiece. We're about to hit a minute left in this ball game.
Yeah, this has got to be in. RJ Gunn, Darius Simmons. Oh, my goodness.
And
not how you drew that one up.
That's just tough. Tough if you're RJ Gunn. He knows. He pats his chest. He says, that's my bad. It's a little lackadaisical with the handle.
Still 58 seconds to. Oh, and Cottingham's back on the court, but timeout called by the Bulldogs, and we'll take a break. 81-81, 58 seconds to play.
And we're back here on Bear Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, well, you've missed one heck of a game here today between the visiting Wingate Bulldogs and your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. It's 81 apiece, 58.9 seconds remaining here in this ball game. It's coming down to the wire, Jay-Z.
Sorry, I'm sending a tweet.
Both sides have been heating up. Darius Simmons, RJ Gunn here in the last couple of minutes stretch. Cottingham has gotten it going. CO. It's really been a show here today between both sides.
Updating the LR Bears Twitter. Sorry, you caught me. You caught me in the middle of a tweet, and I had nothing to say, so I had to just be real.
The life of an SID.
Multitask.
Wearing many hats here today.
This will be a great 45 seconds. This has been a great game.
CO there at the top of the timeline, 81-81. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Straight line 3. Short off the rim, and Bradford.
That's a tough call. Yeah, it's probably going to stay here. That's a tough call because they both went for it, but just the way that Bradford's hands was going and Cottingham's way was going, it's probably the right call.
The shot clock resets to 20. 33.2 seconds remaining. Bradford skying up, trying to play tight defense on Cottingham. Pringle driving in, splits it, gets the left, and that is a pretty basket by Pringle.
Not who you expected to be taking that shot off a dribble drive, but big play by Wingate to take this lead.
20 seconds remaining. The shot clock is off. If you're Simmons, you got to go to work, draw some contact, maybe draw a foul. Hawks driving in, goes up with the right, and one! Mason Hawks! Hoop and harm. What a clutch bucket by number 3.
And that's against Pringle, who's been throwing every shot he's seen into the bleachers. What a drive by Mason Hawks.
Oh, my goodness. Mason Hawks really putting the team on his back right now for the Bears, and that's what you need from your senior. 13.7 seconds remaining, tied ball game. Hawks able to knock the free throw to give the Bears the lead. 84-83, 13.7 seconds. And it's timeout called by Lenoir-Rhyne. Jay-Z, what do you think Coach Good is going to draw up here as we show you a replay of that last possession? Hawks drawing contact, finishing strong. Hoop
the K&L done right play of the game, and Mason done right there. That's a heck of a drive and a heck of a finish, 84-83. This has got to be in the hands of your stud. I think it's Cunningham. Making a play off the bounce. You probably want to shoot this thing, 8-9 seconds to give yourself a chance to get an offensive rebound, or if the Bears get it to foul and send them to the line. But probably get something attacking the basket for Cottingham. I don't know how that ankle's feeling right now. If it's not him, it's got to be CO or Wilson with a spot up, a driving kick to Wilson.
JC, would you almost even, if the ball ever gets in the priest's hands, we've seen him go 0 for 2 at the line a couple of times, would you even foul him before he even puts the ball on the deck?
In a 1-point game, that would be a gutsy call. I think you just D up. You put your faith in your defense. I'm sure we'll see Armand Muldrew out here. I'm sure we'll see Davion Bradford out here. And you just put your faith in your defense and let these guys lock up and see what happens. Got to box out, too. This can be an offensive rebound. We mentioned that's been a problem for the Bears, getting that rebound only by 4 tonight, 7-7 on the board. So this rebound is going to be big, too, if it's a missed shot.
Full court press. Muldrew playing tight on CO. He's giving him some space. Goes under the screen. Gun. CO driving in. Goes up. No good on that as it's short off the rim, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Switch that screen. A little bit of a mismatch with RJ Gunn on CO. CO makes him pay getting to the line. Let's see what he's going to do. Simmons heading back in for Lenoir-Rhyne.
And CO is an 86% free throw shooter, so he is likely not the one you want to put at the line. As he knocks down the first attempt. And that's usually where, you see the student section jeering.
I was just about to make that comment because Zim Fields was on the bottom of this box out against Pringle, and I feel a lot better with Cooper Fowler down there. And Coach Sullivan saw that, made the adjustment, and then I was going to call a timeout, let CO think about this last free throw here a little bit longer.
Kind of iced the free throw shooter, so to say. 84 apiece here in Schuford Gymnasium on Bear Sports Network. If we show you the player of the game, Mason Hawks, 6 of 10, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 16 points, a huge and one to put the Bears up. 6.1 seconds remaining. CO at the line. Lenoir-Rhyne possibly with a chance to win or to break this tie here with 6.1 after this free throw.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on this shot right here for CO, but unfortunately for Lenoir-Rhyne, he seems like he's pretty cool, calm, and collected. Hit some big shots in this one for Wingate. Going to go to the line, and Lenoir-Rhyne has enough time to get a good shot off. Let's see if they call another timeout after a make or if they're just going to let it roll.
CO calmly going to the line, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it in purely.
Nothing but net. 6 seconds. Get this ball to Darius Simmons, see what he can do.
6 seconds. Darius Simmons speeding across a deep 3 at the LR logo. Strong off the line. Cooper Fowler puts it up. Oh, my God! He made the Bears win! The Bears win! Oh, my goodness! What a shot! Cooper Fowler.
What a shot!
Ice in his veins. Wins it for Lenoir-Rhyne. And they win another close one here at home.
What a shot by Cooper Fowler. Watch us on the replay. Darius Simmons pulls up from deep with time remaining. Cooper Fowler on the foul, the double clutch. Exactly how they drew it up, Adi.
That's a one for the Bucks here today. Cooper Fowler, oh my goodness. That's exactly what you want there from the sophomore. A big-time shot, and Lenoir-Rhyne has got it going on. 86-85 over the Wingate Bulldogs. If you're Cooper, you want that one recorded and put on one of your highlight tapes. Fowler, that's a huge shot for the big man. Wow.
What a game, what a win, what a shot, what a performance. Both sides, you hate to see somebody lose a game like this, but what a comeback from the Bears. My goodness, Cooper Fowler, look at the celebration here. You love to see that for Lenoir-Rhyne. Great shot, great play. Yep, got to be the play of the game.
I mean, a buzzer beater by Cooper Fowler. I mean, Simmons getting to his spot, a deep 3, strong off the back iron, and the big man following it up at the free throw line. Cooper Fowler, you got a long career ahead of you, but that's going to be the shot of your career for right now. What a huge shot for Cooper Fowler. 86-85, the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears on top of the Wingate Bulldogs. We got to say, what a great game played here today. I mean, talking about CO, Wilson, Cunningham. They got some scorers there on the other end, some absolute walking buckets. You see the final stat total for both sides, 35-66. 35 out of 66 for Lenoir-Rhyne from the field, 6 of 25 from 3, 9 of 13 from the line, 28 rebounds, 18 assists, and 7 turnovers. while the Bulldogs 28 of 56, 7 of 20 from the field, free throw 11 of 15 from the free throw line, 31 rebounds, 15 assists, and 13 turnovers. What a game here today for Lenoir-Rhyne men's basketball, coming out with a buzzer beater win over the Wingate Bulldogs, 86-85. Thanks for staying tuned here today. On behalf of the whole broadcast crew, I'm Adekale Ande and Jeremy Zalaka, and we're signing out.